Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls 2 Plus Buddy's Playthrough. This is a series where we challenge ourselves with a challenge every New Game Plus cycle and new game. The challenge was levelless, which means we can only level up once per boss kill and only once per boss kill. So we have a very low level at the moment, even though we've made significant progress in the game, really. Level 21. And the goal here is to get through the game. There's no requirement on bosses, except for the progress bosses, like Nishandra has to be defeated to go to New Game Plus. But we can farm as much as we want, we can use bonfire ascetics, we just can't level. That's the only challenge right now, unless we defeat a boss in our own world. So, today we are going to kill the Dragon Slayer. That's the goal. Unlock the Seed of the Tree of Giants tree and the farm there. And if there's time, we will deal with the Brightstone Cove Seldora area and go through the Congregation boss. So, just to show you what we accomplished with our farming, I got a cape. As you can see here, this has reduced fall damage on it, so it's a chest piece that does that. But I'm not going to be wearing that right now. We also have, I got one of the Lion Warrior cuffs. I did not get any of the Lion Warrior pants, but I did get the headpiece, and my buddy got 2 copies of the pants, so he's going to drop one of the 2 copies. We farmed out our lions, so there aren't any more lions unless we use another Fragrant Branch of Yore. There aren't any more. One thing we did figure out, though, the Traveling Merchant hat is better than the Prisoner's Hood for item find. They actually have a higher contribution to the item find amount. Somebody went in and cracked the hidden numbers, and so this is better than that. But better than this would be the Jester's Cap, which we don't have access to yet, and the Symbol of Avarice, which of course is in the DLC, so we haven't gotten that yet either, for the helmet piece. The only chest piece that does this is the Prisoner's Tatters. There's 2 different versions of Prisoner's Tatters, but that's the thing. For the chest piece, there's only one shield that does it, and that's over by the Dragon Slayer, which is part of the reason we're headed that way. And I believe that's it for gear pieces, besides the ring. There is a Gold Serpent ring. They give a really decent amount. Even the most basic one is as good as a Jester's Cap, and the best one is just as good as the +2 version is just as good as the Symbol of Avarice. So now these item find increases are only increasing your chance of an item dropping, not the quality of the item that drops. So that's our plan. First thing we're going to do, though, is upgrade some of these armor pieces. We'll start with the pants and the gloves, and then whatever I can get into the mage's robe. And let's see how far we can go with that. So another thing I forgot to mention, we also got the thing from the Gurm that we were farming them for, the Gurm Great Shield. Excellent drop. And they drop tons of Titanite as well, so that's a good thing to farm them for. We farmed all those guys out. They gave us an axe, and I got some Lion Great Axes, the Gurm Great Hammer, and let's see here. I think that's pretty much it for that gear. I thought I got a shield, but I didn't. My buddy says his stats are pretty comparable to our stats, which very low, 3 and 8. So could have swore we had 7 in Dex. One of our early levels must have went into Dex, and we don't actually need to level it at the moment. We need Strength so badly. Oh, I wanted to upgrade the gear. As you can see, the stats on these are very good. They're lightweight, but also really good numbers over there. Of course, there's no poise, so you better be prepared to dodge. Or block if you can. We're not going to put any chunks into these right now, although I may use these through the entire game. All the way through New Game Plus 8. Which of course is the end goal, is to defeat New Game Plus 8 with all 9 challenges. Because that's when the game stops increasing the difficulty, is New Game Plus 8. After that, there's no change to the game difficulty at all. Okay, didn't move over for that one. That's my last large, but I don't think I have enough Titanite to move this up all the way. Yeah, I can just get it to +2. It's okay. Those numbers are really good. Normally I would choose the chest piece first, but a lot of the time I'm not going to be wearing this chest piece. I'll be wearing this chest piece, and I do not want to put any points into this. But there's so many great pieces of gear, we want it all. Obviously we put a lot of effort into farming out the pieces that are really important. But I guess we'll see how far we get in levels, because that will make a big difference on what gear we can wear. For instance, the engraved gauntlets, I think it takes 12 and 12 to be able to wield it. We only have 8 in Dex and 3 Strength, so... And that's not too far from here. However, we haven't dealt with Creighton yet. That's a concern. If we don't free Creighton, then the event that happens after the congregation could be a problem. So we might want to go to the Huntsman's Copse area before we go all the way to Brightstone Cove. Okay. Can't backstab these guys. And the Hide Knights are active. It's gonna be problematic. Wish I farmed these guys out. And honestly, we would have. If we were doing Covenant related stuff. These guys drop blue, cracked blue eye orbs things. This guy should leash. That guy's not gonna leash, is he? Hey, here goes the first death, it looks like. You can't quit out and have them go away. I don't know what to do here. Oh, that guy's coming down too. Join the party. Trigger the dragon, maybe? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to use herbs. Okay, I pressed left, not right. Thank you very much. That should have killed him. That should not have hit me. Where's my Estus? Come on! Running is really not an option. Gonna have to put smaller spells on. It's gonna take forever to kill Dragon Slayer. No, don't fall. Oh, where are you coming from? It's ridiculous. Like, I didn't even swing towards me. How in the world did he hit me? Like, he sliced from left to right, not forwards, towards me, but just horizontally. Okay, that one's not a problem. Got lots of life gems. Ended up storing a bunch so that I could actually pick up life gems. So I can live with that. That's not too much. Yeah, you can guard your switch. I'm not going to kill you. Not following me? Yeah, that's fine. This guy came from all the way over there. And there we go. That's that guy dead. We don't need the gold coins at the moment. And those guys do drop a set of gear. I believe they have that in their list, but I'm not too concerned about getting it, honestly. I have so many armor sets that give me specific things I want that have nothing to do with armor, really. Okay, I've got to fight both of them together. Prefer to pick up my body first. Oh, it would be nice to have full life. At least I'm not like the giants in Anor Londo, with those shields that block every, like 100% of every type of attack, if they block. If any part of the attack goes and hits the shield, then they block all of it, even though the rest of it went right through them. There we go. Now there is an NPC summon over there, but we used him for the other fight. So I'm not sure if he'll be there. And it doesn't matter. Dragon Slayer's not hard. He will be able to kill us in probably one hit because our life is so low, but he shouldn't be a problem for us. Now, if you're not using magic, these guys are extremely easy. With a physical weapon that does any amount of damage, you just walk behind them, stay behind them. Over here we have a Divine Blessing that I haven't picked up yet. Did trigger the dragon in the last run, but I think it resets. So So we have one more guy to deal with. Just 3? Okay, I'll take it. So I'll put my sign at the bottom of the steps. Are you ready to run? Running. Ready to dodge his attack. Excellent work. Not a big deal. Fetch by Dragonbone and watch Dragon Parma. Now, that is one of the #1 reasons I wanted to come this way. Let's change that to Soul Ring. Don't need anything at the moment, but it's always nice having a stack of souls. And our soul memory is so out of line with our level that it doesn't matter at this point. If we face people, they're going to be 100 levels above us in soul level, because our soul memory is so far from our actual level. Oh, you're going to drop something for me? Cool, thank you. Do I have something for you? The Lion Warrior Skirt and Lion Clan Shield. Did you get a Bellkeeper Bow? Okay, so let's have a look at that. Lion Warrior Skirt. Looks really weird. Whole bunch of metal, like, lines. But it's pretty cool. It has that same effect, reduced falling damage. I'm guessing it is less than the feline boots or the moon butterfly skirt, but some is better than none, for sure. To watch Dragon Parma, it's 90. Oh, Lion. Actually, let's have a look at the stats there. Lion Warrior Shield. There it is. It only takes 8 strength, so that's a possibility of earlier use. It's 1 point more than this, but it has 90. It's 90 physical defense. That's pretty decent considering we don't have a shield at all. Our strength is only 3 though, so we don't have any shields. The large leather shield is 7 strength, and it also has 90, and has decent stats across the board, and only weighs 1.5. So yeah, I don't see us using the Lion Clan shield because the leather shield is just too good and has a less requirement. But really, what our goal is to get up to. Oh, I don't have it. I'll get it after I kill my dragon. The Watch Dragon Parma, and then later on some Spell Parry and maybe the Blossom Kite Shield. Hmm. Good damage. Excellent work. Ornstein has been defeated again. Excellent. Are you ready? Let's run! Defeated the dragon. Okay. There's that shield. Since they added the item find to it, which it mentions something about possibly giving you item discovery, but it doesn't actually in the original until they updated the Scholar the First Sin version. With a patch later on, you know? Human Effigy and Old Radiant Life Gems. There's Majula up there. Well, I guess that's that. Let's go. Oh, look out for that. He's super Ornstein. Oh, thought it was going to be no hit. Clearly not. Defeated. The old Leo ring. Okay. That might actually be pretty good for the dagger. Let's see. Counterattacks. So a parry riposte. I think a backstab counts as a counterattack. This shield right here is available in Iron Tower. We'll be wielding that. It's a 10 with a spell parry.
Transient being.
10 strength.
You may call yourself one of us. Be
yeah. Should I join him? I'm in the Belfry Covenant right now. I'm not going to change. He does have a shop, but I don't want to lose any progress in Belfry at the moment. Because we probably will farm more Belfry off camera. And if anything cool happens with invasions, we'll record that and post it as a short or something. Maybe put it into one of these videos, but for the most part it's me and my buddy fighting each other, and we're not even really trying. It's just about getting the items because there are no invaders. I got one invader myself and failed to kill him because I'm only level 21 and he's level 100 something. And my buddy got invader and I think he killed him. No, you got two, didn't you? So we're headed to level up. Any Estus? No? Okay, one level up. Now level will be 1 into strength. Okay. So you may have noticed that we saved a zone here. Well, we didn't. As far as you know, we saved it. We haven't gone there yet, but there's a zone over here that we have left for later because there's no real reason to go over there early if you don't have the humanity for your character. You don't want to waste your humanity, which is what we plan on doing. Now we will use this as a farm, and it will be especially necessary for us in the future, because we fully expect to get invaded by people that are at our soul memory, but are much, much lower level than us. So, there's a summon right here, but I don't recommend summoning him if you're going to do what we are going to do, because then he'll fight your invader. Should I waste a flame butterfly? No, I'll go back to the bonfire and light a torch. As I was saying, there is an NPC summon, but there's also an NPC invader, and we do not want to kill that invader. Why? Because NPC invaders can be used to trigger the tree of the seed of the tree of giants. That seed can be popped when you get invaded to have the enemies fight the invader. It's very situational, but if you do pull it off, I'm kind of surprised I don't see the summon. At any rate, if you do pull off that strategy, it's very cool. Like if the enemy's running, if the invader's running to hide behind enemies, and you pop a seed and get the enemies to fight for you, or at least not ignore the invader, it can be hilarious. Some cool stuff here. Love lighting the torches. I didn't see the summon. Okay, let's see if we can find that. So we're going to go back and look at that. Another 5 minutes on the torch, that's excellent. Oh, there it is. It was to the right of the door. So, if you watched my last video, you saw me complaining about how bad Scholar of the First Sin is. We still love the game, don't get me wrong. We love this game. It's one of my favorite games ever. It's just straight up fact, undeniable, that the original Dark Souls 2, with the placements in more logical and fairer positionings, was a better game. Enemies placed in places that they weren't just trying to be a jerk to you, you know? They were making sense of things. Huh. He came out from behind those boxes. Okay. Yeah, we've invested so many hours in these games. We can't remember what is Scholar of the First Sin and what isn't a lot of times. But the things that really stand out, Scholar of the First Sin has some amazing NPC invasions, and most of the people that are talking good about Scholar of the First Sin would tell you that's one of the worst things. It's not. It is good. Some great invasions. The Forlorn has an armor set you can get from Strayed. That wasn't in the original. The extra invasions all over the place. Really, really cool. Okay, I thought there was another guy in here, but guess not. I need to go up the ladder. There is a ladder over here as well that I could go up. Gotta put my torch away, there's no reason for it now. But this one's a little bit safer because you can get the enemies in between you and the hole. Slow them down a little bit. So we're not interested in any item find from these guys, really. The stuff they drop is either too heavy or just flat out junk. There's the whip. No wonder we usually have it, but didn't have it this run, because usually we come down here when we finish the forest. Yep, we recommend that for the gutter. Oh, I did not mean to fall. Luckily it's not a dead. Deathly fall. So I don't know if we've covered, you know, our experience with this game. We played the original, then on PS3, then we played the DLCs, and played them and played them and played them to the point that we had trees to be able to farm stuff from the high-end people down to the lowest. We invaded with what's called a twink, which is a character who has upgraded stuff, but not upgraded soul memory or levels. And Agape Ring wasn't a thing. Soul memory was the worst addition in Dark Souls 2. But that's not Scholar of the First Sin related. Anyway, we played all the way through the game several, I don't know, maybe 100 times for the original. Then Scholar of the First Sin came out, and they had the gall to pretend to make a Scholar of the First Edition on PS3. You can buy Scholar of the First Sin on the PS3, but I strongly recommend you do not even bother. They're going to close down the PS3 servers for Dark Souls 2 very soon, which gives me hope that they're going to remaster this. If they do, though, this is the guy I was telling you about. Do not want to kill him. Let's get this item before he breaks it. Okay. So that's the bonfire there. And the trick here... Oh, we already have a seed. Seed of the Tree of Giants. So, if you get an invader, like this guy here... He didn't die already, did he? Don't tell me he suicided off the cliff. You can die to him, then get him again, and again, and again, and again, and that's what we're here to show you. So, he's up there, just gonna die. You can also just let him kill you. The convenience of this is that he just invades over and over again. He invades right there, and the seed will pop up right away, if there is a seed for you. So you'll get a seed about once every 3 invasions, I believe. I think it's a guarantee after a time. So I want to die over here this time, because I want to be able to pick up my body and then just go to the bonfire and travel. But all you have to do is not kill him, and he will continually invade over and over again. Farm those seeds, go pick up the seed every time. That's the first thing you do. Like I showed you, go to the tree, get the seed, then jump off the cliff. And that's all you have to do. If you travel fast enough, you can get out of here. Now I've wasted 1 humanity. Not a big deal at this point, but at the beginning of the game when you only have 4, could have been a problem for us. Go ahead and use that. Okay, so we unlocked all that. See our timer. I don't think we have enough time to get through Chariots or the other area. Well, we're ending a little early, but that was a very, very productive run. We got one boss kill, one level, and cleared up an area that we wanted to clear up before it gets too far into the game in order to get these seeds. Like I was saying, you can put these on your hotbar, use them, and you get like 20 minutes or something insane of enemies helping you fight invaders. I don't know if it works on NPC invaders. I've never had enough that I wanted to try that, but you can farm as many as you want this way, so do it. Go get yourself some seeds. You won't have very many invaders, though, honestly. Oh, back to what our experience with the game. So we bought Scholar of the First Sin on PS3, and it was just the base game with the DLCs. It was like a, Game of the Year edition that had all the DLCs included. That's all it was. It wasn't the Scholar of the First Sin that you play right now on every system. The Scholar of the First Sin is clearly a completely different version. There's a dragon in Heights Tower Flame, for instance. There's not one in the original Dark Souls 2. So we played through that, though, trying to figure out, is this different in any way? And no, there was no difference. It's the same version of the game. Then, when we got PS4s, we played Scholar of the First Sin along with Bloodborne, and also went back and played Demon Souls. And yeah, there's so many great games in this series, but for PvP, nothing beats Dark Souls 2. It was amazing. Invading had limitations that I really don't like. I don't like the soul memory, but it was a fix that I think is better than the fix that they are using at this point. Having the item level limits and that kind of thing. Say, for instance, I upgrade my weapon all the way and my buddy doesn't. Then when I get summoned to his world, all of a sudden I'm nerfed. I'll have like a reduced life, even though that's not the thing that's upgraded better than him. My life, my stamina, things like that will be lower because my weapon is +10 and his is only +7. They really have some flaws in the newer system, but I don't think soul memory was a great thing either. I don't know how to fix the problem that was Dark Souls 1 PvP. Having, somebody who's fully upgraded their Pyromancy Flame be able to face you. It wasn't fair. And you still see it in Remastered today. Even with the item weapon upgrades, people just go and get the Dark Spells and level up their character just to the minimum and then spam those Dark Orbs or Dark Beads. And you can't do anything about it when you're soul level 5 and get hit in the face with one of those and you're dead. So, well, it's disappointing that they never did figure it out and that the PvP in the later games just got worse and worse. To the point that there's no point in Elden Ring to PvP. It can still be fun, don't get me wrong, but the purpose of the Invader in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 wasn't just to stop your progress. You actually gained rewards. In Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, you have covenants that actually give you progress for having done it. Like here at the Bellkeeper, you're getting upgrade materials. In Dark Souls 1, you're getting ears if you're in the Blue Covenant, and that upgrades your quality of your stuff for that covenant. They were all so good. And then Dark Souls 3 came out, and they had similar systems that didn't quite cut it. They were pretty pathetic. But more importantly, in Dark Souls 3, the PvP system didn't work. My buddy and I played Dark Souls 3 on release, for a year, pretty much. Just like everyone else that got it on release and is a Souls fan. Had a ton of fun playing it. It's a great game. But the PvP system doesn't work for some of us. I don't know if it was your experience, but my experience was I would get one invasion per hour. My buddy, on the other hand, would get one every 10 or 15 minutes. So 4 per hour. Maybe 5, 6. And I was getting one. And we had hoped, our plan was, we'll go to these covenants where 2 invaders, like Bell Covenant, and he and I would both build similar builds and have some cool encounters with people. No, I would only get one invasion, even though there were people there. We're at the same location, using the same internet, which is very high quality internet, by the way, using different PlayStations on different TVs, and that doesn't cause us any problem with these other games for invading. Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, no problem whatsoever. But something they changed in Dark Souls 3 caused it so that I won't get invasions. I had to farm the Aldrich Covenant, I think that was a covenant. I had to farm the items out over in Anor Londo, killing things, in order to get what I needed, because I could not get invasions. I farmed the items waiting for invasions. I had to farm the enemies to get the items, and that's how I progressed the Covenant, rather than playing the PvP that's intended. It was pathetic. And then they went with Elden Ring, and we got nothing. Bloodborne PvP was nothing. It really, really bad. If the person kills the Bellringer, the invader goes away, right? And, yeah. And we haven't really had a game since Dark Souls 2 that did it right and did it well. We played Nile PvP. It's a lot of fun, but it's not the same thing. Not even close. You summon little guys that are on the ground that are basically AI versions of other people who are playing Nio's characters, which is really cool. Don't get me wrong, but there's no covenant situation or anything like that, so it really didn't have a strong purpose for doing it. Anyway, that's my rant about the PvP from Soulsborne's. Obviously, Sekiro doesn't qualify, which makes it a lesser game, in my opinion, completely. We play these games together, clearly. If you can't tell that we're playing together. We play these games because we can play together. It's fun for us to do that. And not necessarily to gank the enemies or whatnot, but just to be side by side, getting the same, progress, and one person will get an item that's really cool. It's cool to do that. That's one of the best parts about Soulsborne. You tell your buddies, oh, I got this here. Or you give them some information, they talk to you about the game and have conversations about it. That's one of the best parts about this game. To really share it with other people. So I hope you enjoyed this. And please leave a like and subscribe. You wouldn't believe the amount of help it does to give a like. And subscriptions, oh, we are so close to our goal. So please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like, leave a comment. And we'll see you next week.